Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing good today. So in today's video, I'm really excited for this video because I am going to test out this palette. I already tested it out, but I'm going to talk about this palette today. I did this eye look which you are going to see in a second. So this is actually this is like the Huda beauty palette. I know if you are thinking that this is a Huda beauty palette that costs about 4,000 rupees. It's not. It only retails for only 400 rupees. I got it off Amazon and these are the shades. This palette is a fake Huda beauty palette. Now before commenting those hate comments that I know is coming my way, I just want to say that I did not think this was going to be a fake Huda beauty palette. I saw the shades and I thought, wow, this looks very similar to the Huda beauty palette that they recently launched, and I'm like, yeah, I need to get it because I do get cheap palettes and I do get very not fake palettes, but I do get palettes that look very similar to the original palettes, but they aren't fake. There isn't that fake aspect to it. But when I received it in my house, I saw that this has written like Huda Beauty and it's exactly similar to the Huda Beauty. Then I was thinking that, oh my god, this is exactly a fake palette. I thought the name was going to be somewhat different, like a different name. If they kept it like a different name, it would be a copy, it wouldn't be a fake. That is the difference. If they kept it like their own name, that would have been a copy, but this is actually a fake palette. So I was like thinking about posting it, not posting it, but I know a lot of you guys were requesting me to post this on my Instagram, so that is why this is purely for you guys. I just have to say that this palette is amazing. If you are ever thinking of getting a palette that has brown shades and stuff like that in it, just watch this video, see how I did this eye look, and I think you'll be persuaded to buy this palette because I love it so much. And anyway, yeah, let's move on with the video. I'll show you guys how I create this amazing eye look. This is my signature look, I would say, like a wing and some blending going on my crease here. So this is my signature look. I'll show you guys how I achieve this look, and yeah, let's move on to that now. Also, if you aren't subscribed to my channel yet, I post 3 days a week, which is Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 7 p.m. So tune into my channel and subscribe, and yeah, you can see more of me and stay updated as well by ringing the notification bell. Thank you so much. Let's get on with the video now. So I actually primed my eyes with a concealer. You can prime your eyes with anything you want, but it's very important to test out a good eyeshadow palette. You have to prime your eyes, even if it is with the eyeshadow primer or with a concealer, because that way your base is going to be very plain, and also your eyeshadows are going to perform so much better. So it's always better to use a concealer as an eyeshadow primer, or use a concealer that you know works very well with eyeshadows. Some concealers don't work really good with eyeshadows, but use a concealer that you know works well with eyeshadows. So I use the PAC Take Cover Concealer because that works very well with eyeshadows. Now I'm going to take this palette right here, and first I'm going to use a transition shade. So the first shade I'm going to use is this, as you can see here. This is the shade I am going to use as my transition shade, and I'm going to use this mirror only to do my eye look here. So I know a lot of you guys want to know what brushes I use. Now some of these brushes I got from Shein, some of them I got from some international brands, but I will list all the alternatives that you can find on Amazon, some great brushes that are affordable that you can find on Amazon. I will list them in the description today, so definitely check them out. So first I'm just going to blend this transition out, as you can see here. So as you can see, first I am packing the color, so there is the color intensity, then I am blowing it out really softly on the edges here. So you can see right now how my eyeshadow is looking. It is looking a little on the pink warm side. It is a orange type of an eyeshadow, but it is looking somewhat pink when blended out. So use a very soft hand when you are blending the edges out. So I know a lot of you guys are into makeup and are on the beginner stage. So I am actually going to do a very simple eye look today with this palette. With this palette you can do so many looks, so many creative looks, so many glam looks also. But I'm just going to keep it simple because I know a lot of you guys are into simple looks. So obviously going to keep it very natural and very simple today. So this is how it looks. I mean, can you see the transition really is good, and it blended out really well as into my crease. As you can see, there are no patchiness, no harshness at all. I did go into the color like 2 to 3 times to build it up, and as you can see, it has been blended really well. So now I am going to deepen up the crease using this shade right here. This is the shade Juicy, and I am going to take this and just deepen up my outer crease. I'm not going to take it on the inner part, just on the outer edge. So right after placing the color, you can see there is like a blob of color here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the blending brush right here, a clean blending brush, and I'm just going to blend the color again. So it's really important that you take time in blending your eyeshadows, because that is what is going to make your eyeshadows look very diffused and give you that amazing look. Even if it's like two colors, just blend your eyeshadows really well. So as you can see, this is blended really well. Now I'm going to take a very tiny eyeshadow brush like so. This is the Boujee Beauty brush in B107, and I'm going to take this shade right here. You can see this is a very deep kind of a shade. This shade, Untamed, and I'm going to put this on only near the lash line, like right here and the outer edge. So it kind of gives like a very wing type of a look, but very diffused and blended. This brush is really good for the diffused look. So after it's looking something like this, I'm going to blend it furthermore. So right now I'm going to take an angle brush like this, you can see right here, and I'm going to take this shade Spicy, right, you can see it here, this one. This is the darkest shade in the palette, and I'm just going to create like a very diffused soft wing. I really love creating a very like simple wing. And don't worry about this part, we are going to clean it up afterwards. Okay, so after my eyes look something like this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up this part so that it looks very precise and it looks in shape, because right now there are eyeshadows that looks kind of messy on this area right here. So I'm going to take a concealer, or you can take anything that you want, and I am going to just put this right here. Like, take a flat concealer brush like so and just clean it up. Just make an angle and you can see it is cleaned up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a beauty blender and blend the edges so that it doesn't look that harsh. So right now you can see I have like a very blown out kind of a wing. Now what you can do is you can blow that wing again. Take this shade right here, right, the brown shade we used earlier, Naughty, and I'm going to just blend the edges of the wing so that it looks more diffused. Now to make this look more pop out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a very light shade in this area. So the lightest shade we have here is either this pink right here, you can see here, or this one right here. So I think I'm going to take the shade Hypnotic right here, you can see this one. So what you can do is you can take your concealer that you used earlier and then just put this all over. It's not a cut crease or anything. I'm just cleaning up this area so that the lighter shade places really well. So you can do this as messy as you want because it's not going to be precise or anything. So after that area is a little bit cleaned up, I am going to take this shade, as I said, Hypnotic. This is the lightest kind of a beige shade they have in here. You can take a powder also. You can take your own translucent powder and put this. So that what happens is that it opens up my eyes in this area more. So to make it look more blended together, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm going to go in with the transition shade we used earlier, the first transition shade, and I'm going to just place it in between these two so that they look kind of blended. So you can see how my eyes are looking right now. They are looking very blended, and this color has blended into this right here, and then we have a diffused wing situation. Now to test out the shimmer, I am someone, I don't use shimmers that much, you guys know that, but I'm going to use a shimmer today just to show you guys how the shimmers work. The favorite shimmer I have here is this one. This is the Flower Power shimmer shade, this right here, the middle one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it diffused right here. It's not going to be like sitting just like in a corner highlight, but I'm going to diffuse it on this area right here. So I'm going to need a brush that kind of diffuses well eyeshadows, like diffuses eyeshadows well. So I'm going to take something like this that you can pack, but also you can blend it really well. This is the BH Cosmetics brush, which I don't have the name anywhere at all, but as I said, I will list a couple of brushes that you can use for this eye look. So this is how the inner corners are looking. I mean, I like this shade, but I don't think so it's going with the eye look today. I mean, it looks very pretty in person, but on camera it's just looking like a blob of color. But you can see here that it's diffused right here with the eyeshadow, with the matte eyeshadow. So this is what I'm going to keep my eyes like. So very simple. I'm not going to do too much. It's all, this look, eye look is all about blending really well, making eyeshadows diffuse with one another. So you saw how this eyeshadows blended so well. Now I'm going to do my other eye and I am going to come back. So after doing my eye look, this is, you can see, I am going to use a mascara. I'm going to use the Mars mascara. I have really been loving this and I really think that this is such an amazing mascara. So I am going to use this on my eyes right now. So this is how my eye look is looking after putting on the mascara. Now I'm going to put on these falsies. As you can see, this is the one. I got this from Amazon, so I'm going to be putting this on my outer corners and I'm going to come back and talk about this palette. After doing the eye look, you guys saw already how well this palette performs. Now I do have to say that the shimmers, I have tested out the shimmers as well. The shimmers are pretty good too, but the mattes are what I'm drawn towards because the mattes work so well with each other. There are deep browns, light browns, transition shades. These can work for dark skin as well. I know a lot of mattes sometimes, or a lot of these kinds of shade, chocolatey brown shades, doesn't really look good on dark skin, but I feel like there there are enough deeper shades. I mean, I wish there was a little bit more deeper than this shade. This is the deepest shade I feel like in this palette. They could have gone for a little bit more of a deeper shade, but it's fine to me. This works so well, very cohesive palette, and I will show all the swatches also in a clip. Now I do have to say that the best shimmer shade here is this shade right here. This is the Flower Power shade. I really love this palette a lot. I just feel like this is amazing. And there is this shade as well known as Slippery. As you can see here, this shade I would say is like a balm kind of a shade. You feel like you are applying Vaseline with a little bit of, I don't know, with a little, as you can see, this feels like a Vaseline. I'll show it in a clip, like, you know, so that you can see it very clearly. And this feels like a very, it will be a very glossy kind of an eye look, you know, that model editorial vibes. But honestly, this did not work out for me. I tried to put this on my eyes once. It looks very good initially, but then it sets down and doesn't look that good. So yeah, that shade wasn't a hit for me, but rest of the shades I really loved it. I just feel like for 400 rupees, I mean, you cannot get better than this. The shades are very pretty. This is one of my favorite palettes, honestly. Even if it's a fake Huda, I mean, it is one of my favorite palettes. I personally really love this palette a lot. I just feel like this is a very multi-purpose palette. For example, you can use just a transition shade like this too and put it all over your eyes and go out the door. And also you can do so many amazing cut crease looks with this, so many amazing smoky eye looks with this. I just feel like this is an essential for me right now. And the build quality of this palette is really good as well. It doesn't feel at all, it's not even made of cardboard, it is made of plastic, and it feels very high end. There is a huge mirror also, which for like, I did my whole eye look using this mirror itself. So I really like how it feels, you know, it doesn't even feel like a fake palette. So I really love this palette, although I mean, I know that aspect is not really good, you know, the fake aspect. I wish really that even if the whole palette is like a Huda Beauty palette, I wish at least the name was different, because if the name is very similar, like if the name is exactly as like a Huda Beauty Naughty palette, what happens is that it kind of falls into the fake category. But I really love it. When I got this, I did not think that it was going to be a fake Huda Beauty. I thought only the shades are similar, like the SFR palette and the Colourpop palette. That is, I would say, a copy, but this one is a fake, you know, it's a fake Huda Beauty. So if you don't want to get this palette also, I can understand. But honestly, I got it out of curiosity and I really loved it. And I know a lot of you guys are requesting me to post this tutorial, to post this review video. So here it is. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Yeah, that was everything for today's video. I will leave all the information in the description box. You can see that. I will leave all the brushes that I used today. I mean, some of these brushes are not really available here in India, but I will leave the dupes of these brushes that I can find on Amazon. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys a lot. I hope you like this video. Definitely hit the like button, and also if you're someone who is new to this channel, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys a lot, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.